It was October 1st, the cool autumn breeze filling the air, and I was feeling excited about decorating our new home for fall. My boyfriend, Carter, and I had just moved in together, and I wanted to surprise him by setting up some Halloween and fall-themed decorations. I already had a few things, but I thought it would be fun to find more on Facebook Marketplace. That's where I came across something that really caught my eye. A large green container filled with various fall decorations for just $20. The listing said, "Everything must go," and the seller seemed to be clearing out the house. Curious, I clicked on the seller's profile. His name was Cody, and the profile was pretty bare. There was just a close-up picture of a guy in a gray trucker's cap, but his face was hidden under the brim. He had a few other listings for things like an iPhone, some women's clothing, and Christmas decorations, which seemed random but didn't raise any major red flags. I messaged him, and he responded right away, saying I could pick up the decorations later that evening, around 9 p.m. since he would be home from work by then. The house was in a sketchy part of town, but I looked it up on Google Maps, and it appeared normal enough. 2 cars in the driveway, a well-kept lawn, nothing too suspicious. Still, I wasn't about to go alone, so I asked my friend Sally to come with me. She agreed, and we set out on a half-hour drive to Cody's place, talking and laughing on the way. As we pulled up to the house, we both noticed something strange. There were no cars in the driveway, even though Cody said he'd be home by 9 p.m. The lights inside the house were dim, barely visible through the closed blinds. Then, as I was texting Cody to let him know we were outside, Sally and I both saw the blinds in one of the windows shift, like someone was peeking at us. A few seconds later, I got a message from Cody saying, "I'm at the door, you can come in." Instantly, the situation felt off. Sally and I exchanged uneasy glances. We decided to ignore the message and rang the doorbell instead, hoping he'd come out to meet us, but there was no response. I called out, "Cody." Still nothing. After another minute of silence, I told Sally we should leave. Just as we turned to walk back to the car, a voice called out, "Hey, I'm here inside." We turned to see a man partially peeking out from behind the door, waving us in. Every instinct in my body told me to get out of there, but curiosity got the best of me. Sally and I cautiously approached the door, which Cody had now fully opened. We stepped inside, but something immediately felt wrong. The house had a strange, overwhelming smell, like a mix of old cotton and something rotten. The air felt thick. We heard quick, heavy footsteps moving away from us, and then Cody's deep, unsettling voice called out, "It's over here, come check it out." Reluctantly, we followed the sound into a dimly lit living room. The sight was bizarre, an old, depressing room with faded red carpet and outdated furniture. In the center of the room was a red container with a green lid on it, which wasn't the same as the one in the Facebook picture. Cody stood next to it, waiting for us to approach. I didn't like this. I asked him to open the container himself, but he just smirked and said, "Well, you're no fun." That was the last straw. I nudged Sally and whispered, "We're leaving." We started backing toward the door when Cody suddenly lifted the lid off the container. Instantly, a new, even worse smell hit us. Something putrid. Without thinking twice, we turned and bolted out of the house, sprinting to the car. I could hear Sally urging me to hurry as we fumbled to get the car started and peel out of there. As we drove away, neither of us looked back. When I got home, I told Carter everything. He was concerned and wanted the address to look up the place. I begged him not to go there, but the next day, he came home later than usual. He said he stopped by the house out of curiosity, and to his surprise, an elderly woman answered the door. She insisted that she lived there alone and had for years. That sent chills down my spine. I showed Carter the Facebook messages with Cody, which included the same address, but when we looked up the property records, it was indeed owned by an older woman in her late 60s. To this day, I have no idea who that man was or what his real intentions were, but I've learned my lesson. Never again will I go to someone's house from an online ad.